Hi, happy Sunday. I'm just going to have a quick chat before I go and pick the kids up. And I'm getting my teeth fixed in a couple of days, so I'm super excited but still gappy, so excuse the gap. It's taught me so much as well. Oh, annoyingly. But anyway, I just wanted to have a chat about how crazy and confused like the collective consciousness seems to be on YouTube in every different community or ideology or narrative that I've poked my nosy bitch nose into over the last 18 months. Oh, and I just find it frustrating, and they're just further loops of external that keep you away from the internal, and any of these profound resonances that we may pick up on, whether it be relating to the fabric of reality, the objective external truth, or whether it's coming across information of darker aspects of life or whatever, if you're not flipping it back round and checking your own darkness, it's fruitless, and you continue in these loops which have fear and paranoia and division, interwoven within them. So we talk about shifts in every different community, dimensional shifts, vibrational shifts, frequency shifts, cosmic shifts, astrological shifts, quantum shifts. And these are all just shifts of perception, your own levels of consciousness. And I just feel like any of these ways into the awakening, however it is, whether you had a forced Kundalini awakening, whether it was consuming certain information, whether it was taking psychedelics and having the veils ripped down, whether it was a near-death experience or whatever, it doesn't matter, whether it's a cosmic astrological change in evolution, which has happened in ebbs and flows forever, which kind of feels like it is to me. It doesn't even matter. It's just like we are internally accessing higher aspects of ourselves, and we're regaining our connection to source or God, or however you want to label it. The levels of consciousness are the veils of perception, which we put on ourselves. I think sometimes the templates are put there through programming and early traumas and things like that. But we are the masters of our own electromagnetic field, of our own aura. We are in control of how we feel and what chemicals we release related to our thought forms. And, it's the opportunity to rid yourself of densities, depression, anxiety, anger, rage, jealousy, envy, the deadly sins. It's a chance to rid yourself of the densities of the lower chakras, the lower astral realms, the connection to lower states of consciousness, however we want to label it. And everything is just so dramatized, and people get so fearful, and then we start judging and separating and placing ourselves above in a position of superiority where we're awake, everybody else is asleep, or everybody's NPCs or soulless or demonic, And what state that leaves you in is obviously a looped one of fear and paranoia, going by the continued narratives on fucking YouTube. And I'm just continuing to pull myself away, but as I'm doing it, I'm finding the humour in it. I feel like what's happening for me is that, and I've said this so many times in so many different videos, and it just feels like it to me. So it doesn't matter if it doesn't resonate, but that the soul is a circle, it's the whole, it's like the natal chart. And the archetypes are like the zodiac signs and the houses. And there's, loads of different energetical impacts. But basically, it feels to me like the soul fractures, and we have to master the lessons to slot the pieces back in, to solidify them, and unleash the heart, really, and be in control of your energy center. Consciously create from that and make yourself feel good. It's not about waiting to go to Hyperborea on the 21st of December. It's not about the Christians giddy for the rapture. That's further denial of addressing your own shadows and darkness. if you're so desperate to get out of this hellhole. You know, the prison is created by ourselves, and the mental mind prison, and we are in control of the veils of perception, and that is what we're doing as we're attaining higher levels of consciousness, and we're understanding things from different viewpoints, and we're understanding our own life experience and trauma and traits and everything from different angles. We release judgment essentially, and so the whole point is neutrality, and that's not what is happening. And I feel like it's sort of it's frustrating, but I guess it's just, for me, it's like, get irritated by these things, learn from it and stop watching it. But just the perpetual nature of energy harvesting in a different form. I just feel like we are at a new stage of human evolution, and we're in the infancy of it in our finite lives in this particular lifetime. There's definitely part of me that feels like I've done this millions of times before, and like was trained for this sort of soul's evolution, or the consciousness game, or understanding my own responsibility and acknowledgement for everything that is presented to me. It's exciting, but it's not as dramatic as people think, and it's not the end of the world, it's just the end of an age. And with the merge of technology, which is inevitable, and the rate of expansion is exponential, everyone likes to say, don't they? But it's so true. You only have to go out and look now, and everyone's got the faces stuck in their smartphones, and I'm no better. I spend a long time chatting shit into videos, and then trying to upload or not uploading, or listening to, the spare time I have on my own. Really, I spend way too much time on the fucking device. We're part way to transhuman already, but I think the opportunity is here now for the awakening, to use nature's technology to heal the insides, so we can make the external better, the merge with technology. I was thinking the other day when I was at school, I remember the teacher saying to me when I was really young, when you can drive, there'll be flying cars, and I was always super pumped for that. And then, by the time I was about 10, I realised that wasn't probably going to happen by the time I was 17. But it should have, and it still should. The technology, the wisdom, the knowledge, the information of, information's been suppressed, which is coming out now. And so the future for cleaner technology and exciting technological advances is amazing. I'm excited for the future. It's just, we don't want to get confused now and end up, transhuman in the way that it feels like it's going at the minute, with everything. I think we've just got to sort of stay positive and not buy into the fear porn and the perception that everything is evil and satanic and bad and all that. It's just, I feel like, that's a side effect of fear. We're in control of our own lives, and I feel like soulless beings, or NPCs, or demonic people, however your narrative wants to label that essence, it's just it's just people being further behind on their own level of consciousness, their own soul's evolution. And who are we to judge? So there's just so much judging and confusion going around at the moment. Labels and language confuse things so much. Everybody's arguing over names of things, and it's like, what is going on? Like, surely we've consumed enough information now. I've got a pretty good idea of how my personal reality bubble works, how I control and master my own energetic field, and how that interacts with my external field, including people and things around me on the physical, as well as my connection with source and the unseen, the ethereal. And I'm going to continue to learn more for the rest of my life, but I don't want to be waiting to get out of here. I'm waiting for me to carry on and to live the next part of my life in a more conscious, magical way, and to manifest some real positive things in my life. Shit, no battery. So I feel like I'm getting ready for that, and I'm excited. I think the most important thing that anybody can do is to look inside. Like, we all think we're Miss Marple at some point in our lives, and we all start, thinking that we can, find the right words and labels to explain everything, and everybody's got to believe our paradigm and follow our words. And it's not about that. It's about strengthening your own unique truth, which is always within. And these stories, myths, fables, religions, ideologies, theories, whatever, they just spark off things inside us, and they're like little keys that we can use to open the truth within ourselves, which is unique of its own vibrational essence. We are tuning forks. That's a wishbone, but we're tuning forks, we're conduits, we're Wi-Fi devices, and we're just continuously exchanging consciousness and information and interpreting it, and we are supposed to create from that. And so I just think that we should all be starting our own channels and talking about our own personal journeys and our own pieces of wisdom and what's helped us, and in a much more realistic, physical, human way, instead of getting so blown away with everything fantastical or extraterrestrial or religious or anything like that. I think the idea is to aim for neutrality, and it's all within, and it's super exciting. I'm really grateful for my awakening, my experience, my decision to no longer keep these veils around myself, and to free myself for higher states of consciousness and more positive human experiences. Yeah, so interesting. I'm so interested in astrology at the moment, and for me it does relate to, I've spoken about this so many times before, and I know a lot of people don't resonate or they laugh about this or whatever, but I don't believe in the spinning ball model at all. I think that Earth is a stationary, pretty much flat plane, and that the stars and planets and the moon and the sun are all going around us in beautiful patterns, and they're giving off frequencies of energy and information and code in wonderful geometric cymatic fashion, and that's just the way I see it. And so I'm good with that. I'm happy with that. I don't need to look at flat earth videos. I don't need to look at anything else. I'm understanding that it's literally all within, and the rest of the external is just a wild goose chase down a million rabbit holes, which can serve you as long as you're flipping everything inside. And understanding why. I've got loads of stuff I want to talk about, but I can't be bothered now because time's running away and I want to get back to some earthly stuff. But I'm going to attempt to do some more videos soon, and to edit out my ums and ahs and bits of shit and whatever, just to save people's time and for me to feel prouder, I guess, of the shit that I'm rambling. So anyway, I hope everyone's feeling all right, and have a lovely Sunday. And just remember, the answers are within, and just switch off the phone or switch it on and start creating your own content, and don't be desperate for anyone else to believe your labels and language, because it's all just individual interpretations and perceptions. It's all about how we feel, what we're creating, and how we're sitting within our energetic field. Mine feels too buzzy at the moment. 14:14, I'm going. Have a good day. Bye.